Am I the bad guy for telling my husband to leave me if he can't handle me being an introvert? When my husband and I met at age 21, 10 years ago, we were very social people and hung out with people every weekend. That dies off with kids, age and careers, or at least it did for me. We have 4 kids now, the youngest being just 6 months old. After our kids I stopped going out but maybe once every 4 to 6 months, whereas he stopped going out outside of maybe once a month. I lost all my friends outside of one when I got pregnant. I see her once a month. He didn't lose anybody. Therefore he had more of a means to keep up a bit of social life. I didn't mind him going out at all. Because after I had kids, I found it to be a lot less stressful to just stay at home. I picked up hobbies, such as reading, writing and painting, and I rarely have an itching to go out unless it's just us, our kids. We do family outings, such as biking, hiking, camping, etc., and honestly, that's enough for me. I don't even like being around people, to be blunt. The loud noises now raise my anxiety and give me severe migraines. Well, when I got pregnant with our last, we moved closer to our childhood hometown and he reconnected with all his buddies from his past and goes out quite a bit more often than he had been. The entire summer, when I was pregnant, he was trying to get me to go out with his old buddies so I could hang out with these people's girlfriends. Nearly every other day we were invited to BBQs or boating or beach days or hanging out by the fire, where I was surrounded by drunk men being loud and obnoxious. It severely dropped my social energy bar and it's still bleeding into now. If I said no, my husband would get pouty and say things like, well, I want to go and I don't want to go without you, or he would pull lines like, you need to get out of this house, you need to socialize, you need to have friends, while knowing that I enjoyed my life in solitude without surrounding myself with people 4 days a week. I have zero desire to have this summer be a repeat of last summer, and I have told him this several times. Well, the weather is now warmer and his best friend bought a boat. I told my husband straight up that I would not be bringing our baby out on the boat this summer. He is already trying to convince me to change my mind because his buddy is talking about how much fun it's going to be to bring the babies out this year. He has a 3-month-old. Or this guy's girlfriend has been getting a hold of me nonstop to go do stuff with her and all of the kids. She has 6 kids herself, so 10 children between us. And when I get irritated because I'm asked at least once a day to go hang out, my husband says no, I think it's a good idea, you should go, and tries arguing that I don't enjoy my time at home and that I'm just saying that. It's not even summer yet and he's already trying to force me to go do things that I don't want to do. So this morning when his buddy's girlfriend messaged me and asked me to go with her to the trampoline park with all of the kids, I immediately got irritated because I just hung out with her and her kids all day yesterday even though I didn't want to. My husband said you should go, after I told him I didn't want to. So I said, I just told you I didn't want to go. He says you need to get out of this house. Just go with her. You need friends. At this point I snapped and said, you can just leave me if you can't handle me being an introvert, or I can leave if you keep trying to force me into an unwanted social situation, or you can shut up about it and let me live my life without your control. Take your pick. He slammed out of the house and went to work and texted me saying I was wrong for threatening divorce over him wanting me to socialize and trying to look out for me. So am I the bad guy? ETA, our relationship is fantastic outside of him trying to force me to hang out with his buddies and girlfriends. I do not like these women as people. The one I'm often forced to interact with, the one with 6 kids, considers herself a free-range parent and lets her kids do whatever they want. I'm then left to take care of my kids and hers. It's not a good time for me at all. All the rest of his buddies' girlfriends drink constantly and I don't want to be around that either because then they get drunk and think it's acceptable to try holding my baby. My kids are all involved with Girl Scouts/Boy Scouts, summer rec, soccer, basketball, gymnastics, cheerleading and swimming. We go to the park almost every day, it's directly beside us. I just simply don't enjoy bringing my children to my husband's buddies' houses because all they do is drink and I'm left watching all the kids. I have nothing in common with the women. I have no issue leaving my house. I just have zero desire to socialize with any single one of my husband's friends because I don't like them as people. He knows this. He wants me to socialize anyway for his sake.